Hello, and welcome to Control City Freak. This is the YouTube channel where we talk about interstate highways and where they go. My name is Todd, and I am happy to be with you here today. Today we are talking about an interstate that is in the teens and is an interstate with only two control cities. Stop me if you've heard this before. This is the sixth one we've done. Next time, I-20, bigger thing. Alrighty, guys. Arizona's own Interstate 19. It is not a long road. It is only from Tucson to Nogales, about 65 miles. Although you wouldn't know that most of the time you were on it, which I will get to soon. Interesting, this is the only interstate that exists entirely within the Gadsden Purchase. So, all right. Let's take a look at Northbound I-19 to start. So we start down by the Mexican border. So this is Nogales, Arizona, right after the border station. We see a sign going toward North 19 Tucson on Grand Avenue. So if we follow this road, we end up passing by this Burger King, and we get a North 19 Tucson sign still to go around this curve. And after this little intersection, I-19 actually begins in earnest. So the first thing you'll notice going northbound on I-19 is 500 meters. What? Yes, I-19 is an odd duck. It is the only interstate that uses the metric system. Signs are signed in kilometers and meters, as are the mileage signs. I guess they're kilometer signs on this road. We see that here, Mariposa Road, 2 kilometers. And right here we see kilometer 4 or kilometer 4. Never figured out which way to say it. Interestingly, the speed limit is still in miles, but the road is signed in kilometers, so it'd be hard to figure out exactly how far you're going to get down the road, trying to do math. You have to convert. Blech. So going up north a bit out of Nogales, Arizona, we get to a border checkpoint. Got a guy with a guard dog here, so I guess don't try to drive weed between Nogales and Tucson, at least northbound. And here is a mileage sign showing our kilometers here. Rest area 3 kilometers, Green Valley 15, Tucson 53. You can tell there's not really a whole lot on I-19 if rest area gets one of the signs. This is a pretty cool looking sign. This is in southern Tucson. I like the design here. I'm not quite sure what they're doing, but it looks pretty neat. And yeah, we see Ajo Way, 3 kilometers, Irvington Road, 1 kilometer. The junction with I-10 is coming up 3 kilometers away, but strangely, we have no I-10 shield. It seems it's fallen off. I-10 El Paso, Phoenix, 3 kilometers. But I looked up Google Street View all the way back to its earliest in 2007, and there has never been an I-10 shield there. So if it did fall off, it's been gone a long time. I'm thinking maybe it's like Michael Jordan with the Dream Team in '92. Like you can't have a sign with the interstate, an interstate shield and kilometers together. Like how Jordan couldn't be at the gold medal ceremony wearing Reebok. It just doesn't mesh, And now we do go to miles. Once we're closer to I-10, we do switch over to miles after Ajo Way, which is kind of interesting. It's been kilometers this whole way. I guess this is probably the busiest part of I-19, so to confuse fewer people. 10 West Phoenix is the default sign here, so they're not even signing 10 or 19 anymore. They are not signing 19 North. They're just signing this road as 10 West Phoenix, even though it's a couple of miles away still. So again, we see exit 101, 10 East El Paso, exit 102, Silver Lake Road, and through traffic as 10 West Phoenix. Interesting that like in Phoenix, we don't get anything signed for downtown Tucson, because we are in the city limits of Tucson here, but we have not reached the center of the city yet, which you would reach if you follow I-10. So I wonder why there's not a 10 West downtown Tucson and then Phoenix sign. And here is the end of northbound I-19 with 10 West Phoenix default. Now let's take a look at southbound I-19 starting in Tucson here at I-10 where we left off. So on westbound 10 West Phoenix, we have 19 South Nogales. And similar on eastbound I-10 where 10 is heading east El Paso, also South Nogales. 2 lanes here because it's kind of more of a Y intersection. Interestingly, right away we see a mile sign. I didn't know they had mile markers on this road. I thought it was only kilometer markers. But here in Tucson, we do have a mile marker. Maybe they're changing it. And still in Tucson, we see the exits are signed in miles. The 3/4, 1 and 3 3/4 is miles, not kilometers. Exit 95 is where we convert to kilometers. And I saw this was in Street View 2021, so this is still the case, although it seems they might be changing it starting in Tucson. I'm not sure. Here's a nice mileage sign on southbound I-19. Again, we see Green Valley 20, Amato 40, Nogales 86. Not a whole lot out there. As we move into Nogales, we have Grand Avenue, left exit, and 19 is now signed South 19 International Border. Although interestingly, 19 does not actually make it to the international border, but Grand Avenue does. Although staying on 19 would of course be the faster way to the border. Here, Mariposa Road, the border truck route, and we see international border is coming in 6 kilometers. So 19 is kind of signed like it's I-5 here, like you're going to be dead ending right into the border, although that's not the case. So we see here, international border, these lanes, international street, get off here. But again, you're not going right to the international border. They're kind of overplaying this here because of course we end up at the same Burger King where we started, the south end of I-19, right here at this intersection at West Street, right by the Burger King. So let's follow the signs down to the border. A little further down at this McDonald's, we have border crossing station, turn right, no firearms or ammo. Now we have border crossing to Mexico, turn right only. And this is Grand Avenue here, the road that we met 8 kilometers further north. It's also business route 19. And then once we turn onto Grand Avenue, very shortly we have this Mexico only and the end of the line at the Mexican border, although I-19 ended previously at that Burger King. So that completes Interstate 19. Thank you so much for watching Control City Freak. Please like and subscribe. We've got a much more lengthy interstate coming up next with I-20. So please come back and watch. Thanks so much, guys. Keep on trucking.